Hello, this is Keith in 1980.
And hi everybody, this is ShaggyRusty.
And welcome to our Football Manager 2015 save. I know Football Manager's getting a bit old now for 2015, but we are still going to continue this game because I know ShaggyRusty will be struggling getting 2016 and myself as well. Anyway, welcome to our multiplayer game, getting from level 24 all the way up to the Premiership. Fingers crossed.
Yes, very much so.
Especially when we get up to some higher levels where there's only one promotional spot, so it should be interesting.
No, very much so. But I must admit, obviously, since me and you have started, we have gone up both. Obviously, obviously, at the minute, we're going to go up to Division 9.
Division 9, the Mid Sussex Football League, yes.
Yes. So I'll say we've gone up twice. So obviously this will overview of Division 10 up to Division 9.
Yeah, so hopefully we can both get promoted exactly the same way up, all the way up to the Premiership, and I think it's one promotional place after that. So, fingers crossed.
Oh yeah, no, very much so. I mean, going back to obviously our previous season, we did follow each other rather closely.
Yes.
I will quite happily admit that with Division 10, I have struggled. We haven't been as close as we did last season.
No. Yeah.
No. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have had my struggles, I've had my ups, I've had my very much downs, but I think over the two seasons, which obviously season we've just completed and last season, I am the team is improving itself.
Yes.
Going into obviously the Crawley United or the Crawley United spot, we went through a rather major change.
Yes, I'm just going into your squad now just to show people.
Yeah.
So, fire away.
I mean, if we're going to the squad, I'll go in for the squad. Obviously, we've got Swiviak, John Pisarich. Folks, this is what I mean. There has been some major changes. I mean, Steve King, he's a new one for the season. Jess Darko, they were another one for this season.
Yeah, he's only just recently joined you though, Darko.
Yes, now he has. And I think it was about a month or two back before the end of the season, Steve King joined.
Steve King joined. It was around about. Because I was quite worried. It was just before our run of matches.
Yes.
But I'm just showing people on YouTube right now. Steve King. He's not a bad looking. He's got a lovely picture.
Yeah. No. Of course. Yes.
But he's been solid for you. No,
he really has. I mean, I cannot fault him. It was. I mean, the first match I put him in. I mean, I'm not saying, any player you stick in, he's going to be time to gel and this, that, and the other. But as soon as I put him in, he knew his job, he knew what to do, and he did involve, and he did his part in in his first match.
Yes, so, I remember watching that as well, and that was. I'll tell you something. He was all over the field.
It really was.
He wasn't just. He assisted. If I remember, I'm sure he assisted a couple of goals.
Yeah, I think if I remember right, he really was unbelievable. And I was well happy with that
one. He's got one goal himself for you as well. Out of 8 appearances, he's got average rating of 7.16.
Yes.
So I'm quite impressed with that.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, say we've still got the few of the others, which obviously was Mancone. I'm just trying to think back to myself. Obviously, Josh Bickerstaff, even from last season.
In the
season 4, Josh Bickerstaff.
Josh Bickerstaff, yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's a picture that you can't see, but people on my YouTube will be able to see the picture on here. Yes. Because I went through a bit of a busy period of getting a load of pictures.
Yeah, no, I agree, yes. he always a busy one to try and improve it all.
Yes, visually,
Yeah.
if I go into my club a minute, you will see the AFC Bolnore, and also you'll see Crawley United. When I pull my menu back up there, it is Crawley United.
Yes.
And another 256 clubs as well.
Oh yes, very much so. No, very much so. I would say it has visually enhanced. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, from my side of it all, I do have like the basic 2015 skin, not improved it or anything else. So, but obviously you'll see. Obviously, as the viewers will see from your view.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got the visually enhanced sort of thing. So.
Because I've got the Andromeda or whatever it's called skin, which
Something like that, yeah.
Which I can just drag over here, and otherwise when it's not, it's yeah.
Yeah. No,
People have seen it through my Green Bay save, hopefully.
Oh no, of course. But obviously going away from the squad, the one other main change we went through, and I'm not saying I wasn't expecting it, was I did actually get a new chairman.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Which was obviously a takeover. At the time of the takeover, obviously the club was going to get sold off. It failed in the first instance. Nobody wanted it. It fell through. It went through again. But, and this was a rather surprising one, from the previous chairman to the chairman I have now, it's been a massive improvement.
Yes, and strangely enough, it's a female that actually took it over, and she's from India.
Yes, very much so. I mean, I'm going to expand the interaction with the chairman at the moment. There has been a very much ups and downs of Troy. Troy for the board request. She said, no, I don't care, this, that, and the other. And that has annoyed me. I'd agree. But there is other times where she has surprised me very much so. Because going back from probably the season we started from with the previous chairman, I would sit there and say, oh yeah, no, we'll try for this. No, I don't care. You're not having it. Where obviously the chairman I've got now, I can try. It is rather surprising. I mean, one example, the senior affiliation.
Yes.
I tried with the last chairman. No.
Straight off. No, not
Straight off. No, you're not having it. We're not trying. With this one, I tried it. I tried it again, and she did turn around and say, "Yeah, no, it'll be a good idea." But unfortunately, it fell through. She couldn't find it.
Yeah,
which was expectable.
Yeah, it was expectable at this level of football. So
yeah,
can't expect miracles, really, can you?
No, very much so. I agree. So, but I think all in all, for my end of the season roundup, I think I've done pretty well, and hopefully go forward better in the future.
Well, on top of that, who do you think was your best player of the season?
Oh, I say from the top of my head, and this is going from somewhere that has been with me all the season. I would say, just having a quick look at the list itself.
The good old list.
Yeah, I think, and this is deep down, I think it's very much a toss-up between two. Which would be Jacob Spivak.
Who's your goalkeeper?
Who's
strangely enough he got from me because I just didn't see him in my squad anymore, and you'll see why in a bit.
Yes, very much so. And the other toss-up would be Richmond Kissy.
Richmond Kissy, let me just find it. There he is. He's injured at the moment.
Yes, at the moment he's injured. But why I say, to expand on with Jacob Spivak, I had Sam Pearce and Jacob Spivak. Strangely enough, Sam Pearce had the high ratings. But now, this is the sense I couldn't see. He had the high ratings, but I'm going back to me. I'm saying again what I say. It was useless as a chocolate teapot.
I love that saying. Useless as a chocolate teacup.
Teapot. Yeah.
Teapot, that's it.
Yeah, but this is what I'm trying to say. He had the higher rating, but it was just... Every time I played him, I would have... Well, I wouldn't say drastically lost him. Well, I probably would say drastically lost the match, but I would lose the match, and it would be hard to regain again. Yeah. Hence why I saw it. I mean, don't remember, I did let him go. We did have... Obviously, I did say to him, look, I don't see you in this team no more. Please, I want to help you with your career. Goodbye.
Yeah.
But this is why I'll always stuck with Spiriak. Because there was a strong defence in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, if that was always broken down, I knew I could rely on Spiriak to at least...
I've just been having a look at his ratings. People on YouTube can see it on the very bottom left of my screen currently, and his average ratings. He's averaging about 7.8. 6.8 on the actual chart.
Yes.
On the actual chart, it roughly works out about 6.8, but that's after 20 matches.
Yes. Mm.
But 6.83 is overall, which personally, a goalkeeper, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah, no, of course, definitely. And that is what I say, I agree on that one, because, I mean, after his last 5 matches, it's 6.9.
Yeah.
So, don't get me wrong, he's never let me down. Naturally as any, if he did come against a better team, then naturally, he can't stop literally everything.
No, not even my goalkeeper can, as people find out in a bit in the in the schedule. No,
that's what I mean. But this is what I'll always say, from Sam Pierce to Jacob Spiriak, he was my first choice every time.
Yeah, definitely. Sam Pierce looked good, but he just didn't perform.
No, I know, very much agree on that one.
But there's been a couple of people I've given to Shaggy, which has been like Dave Didhue and Jacob Spiriak, as we just explained.
Yeah.
He still has Rafael Nade, who has come up trumps in quite a few matches, actually.
No, he has. I don't agree on that one.
There's Rafael Nade for people on YouTube. I've just got him up on the picture. He doesn't look brilliant, but I'll tell you something. He is a workaholic. Even though his work rate's only 9, he works.
Oh, he does. I mean, I cannot fault him.
Another one that I gave you was Ousmane Kone. He was a lovely signing. He was.
Yes.
He looks, like I say, to people on YouTube probably think, oh, he looks terrible. He's not for this level of football. And another one which I actually got rid of because he was moaning at me was Conor Shaughnessy.
Yes, I'm glad you sort of reminded me of that one, actually. No. Yeah.
And I'm glad I didn't give him to you. I got rid of him out of my squad and said to Shaggy, go in for Conor Shaughnessy. He'll join you. And he did. And he did,
which is, I wouldn't say I was entirely surprised. But I must admit, I thought, no, give him a try. He might just be one of these absolute swines and say, no, I don't want to join you either. Obviously being the same level of football. But no, he must have saw potential somehow.
It's a level of patience at the end of the day. It's a football manager. It's what normal football managers go through.
No, exactly. I mean, Conor Shaughnessy, he's actually come out with average rating of 7. Say about average rating of 7. I mean, over his last five games, it's been 7.2.
Exactly. Now,
so
I'll quickly go on to my squad because time is ticking, as they say.
Yes.
Time is ticking.
Now I'll take a step back and I'll let Keith and actually explain who it is.
Right, in my squad you'll notice a huge amount of changes, and I did say I'm not going to change my squad next season, but I had to. And as Shaggy knows, I've made some of the best signings even he couldn't contend with, and I don't know what it is. It's just that my club stature has gone up so high. I think it's because of all the cup wins and everything, but we'll go through that in a minute. Now, one of the first ones you'll probably see is my goalkeeper, Jamal Blackman. He's come from Chelsea, and he's played a few matches and been okay. And then we've got Marcus Bettinelli, who is also English. I'm actually signing English people. Who is actually my first choice goalkeeper, but I've been switching them around every now and again. Now, at the start of the season, I signed this guy here, Mohamed Koulibaly. Now, I'll tell you something, he has been on fire. Out of the full 26 matches, that's including cup matches as well as league, he has scored 27 goals. He's assisted 20 of them. 20 goals in the season, and he's got 14 man of the matches or player of the matches, which is totally insane. And his average rating over the season has been 8.71, and I've never seen anybody touch anywhere near him. He has been my player of the season by far. Even when Shaggy came against me, he was like, I don't want to play against Mohamed Koulibaly. Sorry, tough luck.
No, I agree. This is what, and I mean, you'll go with obviously explain this next player I'll mention in a moment. I think when you put Koulibaly with Musa, they were forced to be reckoned with, and I've seen it with my own two eyes.
Yeah, Frank Musa, he is one that I signed pretty recently as well, and he was on a free transfer. I couldn't believe it. I saw this guy on a free transfer. Oh, you can become a legend at this club. Okay, I like the sound of that. What? He's Belgian. He's 26. I've got this screen up right now, and I'm saying to people on YouTube, look at this. For somebody who's in level 23 of football, he is insane, and I'm not paying him a single penny. Not a single penny in money. And he's my attacking midfielder central. And when he shoots, he doesn't do the little tap-ins like you normally see. He whacks them in.
Oh yes, very much so.
And he is a force to be reckoned with, especially with Koulibaly on the right-hand side.
Yes.
So since I brought him in, he has been an insane player. So him and Koulibaly, I think, are roughly about the same sort of calibre. Although it does say, star ratings-wise, that Koulibaly is better. Which is hard to believe, but yeah, there you go. What can you say? Next signing, which I actually got from last season, was actually Islam Farouz. Now, he's had a few injury problems this season, and he's not proved to me that he's the best striker I have. But he has been scoring. Not many, but he has been scoring.
Yeah, he has played his part very much so.
It's just the injuries that's been keeping him out.
Yes.
So I'll be looking out for him next season. If he plays badly next season, he's going off on a free transfer. He is Scottish, which doesn't normally mean anything, but he's Scottish.
No.
But if he doesn't perform next season, I've got to get rid of him. I've got strikers in the background that want to join in. I mean, Matteo Capitani, he was with me last season, and he scored. He scored plenty of goals for me. In fact, he's done the same this season as what he did last season, 7-3. But he's played really well. He did exactly the same, apart from he got better ratings. And Kim Jae-hoon, who still plays for me. He still plays for me. He has been an absolute rock for me. Last season he got an average rating of 7.55. This season he got an average rating of 7.74. So he's still playing really, really well. Another player which Shaggy hates but likes at the same time is Andrea Zola. And
yes,
everybody sees these pictures on my screen. He's been a rock for me again this season. The last few games I've actually taking him off and giving other people a bit of a chance. But I found out he is actually Gianfranco Zola's son. So that is Gianfranco Zola's son. Originally came from West Ham United. But there's my most promising prospect actually has got to be this Josh Wakefield. Yes, he's 22 and he's still got a bit of potential left in him, in fact quite a bit. But he's been playing brilliantly for me. Yeah, in the league he's got under 7, but I think over the last few games he's really been hitting his peaks sort of ratings.
Yes.
Cup games he's playing really well in. So he's a person to certainly look out for. So yes. Anyway, let's leave the squad as it is. Let's go straight into our schedule. Yet again this season you'll see about 3,000,001 friendlies.
Yes, yeah.
Just because of how short the season is, and you want people to keep up as much as the match fitness as possible. Now, pre-season for me went really, really well. I'll go through mine first, Shaggy, and then you can go through yours.
Yeah, of course.
And then the first match we came up against was the Test Challenge Cup against FC Crawley Luxury C, or 3, as what you see on the screen. And I won comfortable 7-0. The first league match was 3-1 against Burgess Hill. And I had a total streak of not losing a match apart from a friendly. Until we get down here to Buxted 3, or C. And it was the strangest match I'd ever seen. I totally dominated them. I was winning till the 70th minute. Then they scored the first goal. I was like, okay, 2-1. Then it was something like the 83rd minute they scored a second. I was like, come on guys, don't do this to me. And on the 90th minute plus 4 minutes of extra time, they scored the third goal and won the match. And I was like, you've just destroyed my unbeaten run in the season. Hands in my head, literally. Even Shaggy was like, oh my god.
No, I agree. Obviously I couldn't believe that one. It was, don't get me wrong, you've been really dominant this season, and I agree. I will say this hand on heart. And when I saw that scoreline, I thought, oh.
Yeah. It was an O. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. It was, oh dear. Yeah. Short of the moment, it really took me back by surprise.
Yeah. We'll just go a little bit back to when we faced each other 3 times on the trot. Now this had to be the weirdest fixture list I'd ever seen in my whole FM career. I played Gavin in the Brian Challenge Cup quarterfinals, and
yes,
it was a nice 1-0 win. You know, it was just comfortable, if you know what I mean, for both of us. Gavin was happy with losing 1-0, and I was happy winning 1-0 because of the squads.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The second time we met was actually in the league, and I just totally dominated in that one. 3-0 win, and you gave your team a right bollocking because I saw it in the newsfeed saying Gavin Bloomer has just rollicked his whole squad.
No, this is what I mean. This is one thing that this is why I rollicked him to this, because from times we've had matches together and we faced each other, we've been a rather, once the squads have been right, we can sort of go into a very lifeless game.
Yeah, very lively. And that match in the Brian Challenge Cup, that was very lifeless.
Yes, no, very much so.
But in the league game, it was very lively on my side. I think I had something like, I'll tell you in a minute what the match stats were. I had 18 shots on target, 18 shots on goal, 9 on target.
Yeah.
Which was a hell of a lot more than the challenge that cup. So God knows what happened. And then we came up again in the Test Challenge Cup. This was the third match of 3.
Yes.
And you might be thinking, wait a minute, it's still 3-1, you still won. Yes, I still won, but he managed to score a goal, and that's the first goal in about 5 matches.
No, it was.
I think it was something like 5 or 6 matches, I can't quite remember. And I was, yes, again, more dominant, but you had 4 shots on goal. 1 shot that was on target scored that goal.
Yes.
And it was that man, Rafael Nade.
Yes, rather somewhat.
So, but otherwise with me, it's been mainly wins. So nothing quite that exciting, if you ask me.
No.
What about your side, Mr. Shaggy?
Right, I'm going to go all the way back to pre-season. And obviously the first friendly when I went again was Bexhill United. It was home, and I managed to lose 1-0. But this is the one thing about it. I'm not saying I was expecting it, but this was just one thing. Now I'm going to compare the season just finished to the season before. When I did a friendly the season before, it was an absolute cracker of a game.
Mm-hmm.
But for some strange reason, I went in against Bexhill United this season and lost the 1-0. So, where the toss-up were between the two, I do not know. But, obviously the first 3 friendly matches, which were Bexhill United, Burgess Hill and Kent Football United. Well, Bexhill, as I say, was home match and lost 1-0. Burgess Hill was home match, lost 2-0. Kent Football United was, believe it or not, well, I'll say believe it or not, but I was quite, although it was still a loss, it was actually the first match they actually started picking up the game and scoring.
That was when they started gelling a bit.
Yeah, that's when they did start gelling a little bit. And obviously, the next one we got Horndean, which is the next friendly. That was a 1-1 draw. But we'll go down back, obviously, sort of run ahead through the pre-season. We'll get to the Tefty. Obviously, we got to the Tefty Challenge Cup first round, which was Hand Cross Village C. And I think this is where it sort of picked up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, it did pick up quite a lot, you say that way. Obviously, being a home game, it was a 2-0 victory. And that's what sort of pleased. That it really did start to please me, because I thought, oh, they're picking up now. This will be the decent run of it all.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I could say. I can't fault them, because I mean I'll go into. Let's have a look. Do I get? Sorry, really, that's good.
He's looking himself now.
Yeah, now of course.
This might be a longer episode than normal anyway, because it's like a second season, so I'm sure people won't mind.
Yeah, and this is what I'm going to say this one now. Looking into the team list, I mean, I'm going to go back before we actually went into the season. Was a friendly away match to Copthall, and believe it or not, going back to my team list, Sam Pearce was in goal.
Yes, he was, and he is currently playing for nobody. So
this is what I mean, yeah. But as I say, this is what I mean. Sam Pearce was in goal. Then I put him in the Then I put Spivak in front of goal for the Tester Challenge Cup, and it was a 2-0 victory.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I mean. This is where it sort of picks it up, because it was a 4-2 win against Buckinghamshire C when we started the season.
Yeah.
That was Jacob Spivak.
Yeah, and then strangely enough at Cookfield Rangers C, Sam Pearce was in goal, but he let in a goal, and I think that was quite a close fought game.
Yes, I must admit it was. I mean, this is what I mean. It was very much a toss-up, but I think in some ways I couldn't say, oh yeah, no, okay, you can go in, because I didn't. Oh, I just absolutely couldn't guarantee it'll come out decent. So,
but you rotated them. You had Spiriak against Buxted, then you
yes,
had Pearce in Cookfield, then you had Spiriak back in for Burgess Hill, Pearce back in for Heath Rangers, which you actually lost 2-3, but you did have 4 injuries in total.
No, I did, and I agree on that one. That's where I think my downside was.
Yes, the injuries. If you got injured, then you were screwed.
Yeah, no, very much so.
Then you came against my team and lost 3-0, but that was Sam Pearce in goal again.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I mean, this is what I mean. It was from obviously when the first match we faced each other, it was Sam Pearce.
Yeah.
Then you go up to the obviously third in the season when we met each other again. It was Spiriak.
Yeah.
And this is what I try and say. With Spiriak, yeah, I'll hold the hands down. Yes. AFC Bolnore, which is obviously yours, Casey, was still a dominating team. But they still had a challenge against Jacob Spiriak.
Yes.
This is where the goals couldn't be so put forward, because the strong sort of defence and everything else they had.
If your defence hadn't cocked up on the other two games, I think it would be even closer.
Yes.
I think it was more your defence that kind of screwed Spiriak over, really.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, no. This is where I say, I mean, as you say, it was more the defence, because obviously they were all over the place. Yeah. And as you can always say, he was on his own.
Yeah, he was on certain matches. But saying that, out of all your matches, I'm just going to go on to the competition in a minute, just to show the actual league table. Now, I know this is coming off your schedule, but time at the same time.
Yeah.
Shaggy's pointed out certain goalkeepers, their star ratings don't really matter, and I think I've seen this on a few other YouTube videos, but we'll just have a quick look at the league table. Yes, that one league match I lost against Buxted, but Shaggy has actually done, if you exclude the 2 matches against me, he wouldn't have lost 3 matches, he would have lost 1. So his team is going up in the world. He just needs to get the right transfers to put up a fight against me. That's all it is, just the right transfers.
Yes, no, I very much agree on that one.
But you're getting there. It's not like you're not getting promoted. You're getting promoted for definite.
Yes.
And you fought a few. I think you've played a few teams in the Division 9 as well, and you've won. So it's only in the cups. He was expected to get to the final twice in both the cups. Played me once in the semi-final, once in the quarter-final, lost, but they didn't mind because it was me.
No.
So the board are quite happy with where he got to without facing me, basically. But we're both promoted for next season, for season 3, and we will both be in the Mid-Sussex Football League Division 9, and hopefully I can keep some of these players like Koulibaly, Farouz, and Kim Jae-hoon, and a few others. Hopefully I hope to keep all my players. I'm sure Shaggy wants to keep hold of most of his.
Yes, no, of course. I mean, sort of say it's Kissy and Spiriak and
yeah,
you know, the really performing ones. I don't know. I'm not saying I can't afford to let them go, but at the present situation,
you can't help it. You can't help it if they just suddenly disappear.
No.
So yes, there you go. That's this season mainly wrapped up. Is there anything else that you want to point towards people, or?
No, I think I've wrapped mainly up on my side of the season all up, really.
Yeah, I mean, you did really well the whole season, considering, like I say, you're the more new player towards any football management game.
Oh yeah, no, very much so. Very much so, and I'll agree on that one.
But hopefully we'll get this next season done a bit quicker than this one, because we did have a big break in between.
Yes, we did.
And hopefully we'll bring you back with more goals, maybe more players, it all depends, and
Yes.
more promotions. So thank you for watching, everybody. This is Keithy1980.
And this is ShaggyRusty.
Take care, everybody, and see you next time.
Goodbye.